Hey, everybody, welcome to my drum pad, my studio. As you know, oftentimes you'll see me doing a drum cover or some such thing, or a bass cover, drum and bass cover, something like that. But I thought I'd do something unique tonight. I do a lot of live playing, and I do a variety of gigs, and some of them are a lot of chart reading. So I've got big band gigs coming up. I've got small group. I've got a gig this Saturday night. That's a small group thing. I've got a big band rehearsal Thursday night. So I do a variety of gigs, and typically not the kind of music you hear me playing on my drum covers. Sometimes, but not often. Anyway, I thought I would do a little ride along. You could hang with me during my practice session. And in this situation, I brought the book home of the tunes that we're going to be playing a week from this coming Thursday night, which is the 15th of May, 2025. And one of the tunes that we're going to be doing is Superstition by Stevie Wonder. And it's a big band arrangement, and so it's not really a pop version. It's all instrumental. But I think it's instructive, and for people that are watching my channel that are not reading drummers, and maybe for those that are, and all the different friends that I have, it just might find it interesting. So maybe that's presumption on my part. But what I'm hoping is you'll be able to zoom in on the sheet or on YouTube and zoom in and watch the sheet music as I go. I'll also point to it as I play and kind of give you an idea where I am. The recording of this is a recording that the publisher of these charts put out, because it fades out and it doesn't do the whole chart. But we get the beginning and we get the meat of the chart and how it sounds, what the arrangement is supposed to be. So this is kind of a nice practice aid. I read through it last Thursday. That was our first rehearsal for the May show. I had not seen this tune before. I, of course, have played Superstition. The interesting thing is Superstition, Stevie Wonder's version, you've got the drums. It comes in. And you have the clavinet part that Stevie's playing. So it's kind of a shuffly hip-hop, I guess. I mean, it's before hip-hop was hip-hop, but that kind of vibe. That is. But this, and that is how this is indicated. It says shuffle funk, swing 16th notes. So that's how I played it at our rehearsal last Thursday. I get the tune now, and the recording. The band leader sent reference recordings, and I look and I'm listening to the tune. I'm like, no, he's playing it straight. So they're playing it a lot different than what is indicated here. No matter, I will do whatever they want Thursday night at the rehearsal. How do you guys want this? How do you want the feel? Because I played it, with the feel like it should be. One, from the record, and number two, what the information says there in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, so I'm going to play this, and we'll hang together. One interesting thing, if you can zoom down in there on your phone or device, you'll notice that the arrangement starts in 3/4 for 4 measures, and then it goes into the 4/4 funk groove. All right, so the way the rhythm is a dotted 8th, 16th, tied to an 8th, tied to a 16th, dotted 16th. So how that sounds is ba 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 boom da do do da. So it's kind of what's called a hemiola, where it's felt over the bar. So it's kind of got this loping feel. And it almost sounds like we're just playing quarter notes, like bom, 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 bom. But it's actually da, 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 da. It's got this loping feel. You can look up that $2 word, hemiola. But basically, a hemiola device is in music where you'll be playing something in one time. Da, 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 bump. That kind of thing. It lopes over the bar, so it's a device that goes back into the classical music era. Anyway, let's play this and see what you think. I gotta make sure my music is queued up here. Hold on. And that's how it ends. Because the publisher made a demo to demonstrate this chart for would-be buyers. And so they only play part of it. They fade it out. But that gives you the gist of the tune. Now, interesting to note on a tune like this, something that's more commercial or more pop, and this certainly was a pop song, funk tune. When you're playing big band type chart, you know, usually the drummer is playing, you know, and you got all these great kicks. Boom, ba do do ba 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 do ba ba za ba do 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 wa ba do ba. You know, and you're hitting all those big band kicks. But in a rock tune, you don't do that. You just let all that stuff go. And it's like that playing pop music. Your job is more there to lay down the backbeat and the groove. And all those cool horn hits and horn kicks, you just kind of let them go by. And they sit on that funky groove that you have, this bap, bap, ba-da-da-ba, ba-da, bap, 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 ba-da-da. And you're not hitting all that stuff. It's not necessary, and it'll be totally out of context. You take a chart like Until I Met You by the Basie Band. Oh, that's Steve Wright transcribed this. I know Steve. I've served on a clinician team with him at some jazz festivals more than once. He lives in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Anyway, a chart like this, you would play of course, how do you know what to do? Well, you have to listen to the music. It's like speaking a foreign language. Somebody knows right away if that's your native tongue or not, unless you've really studied it and lived in the culture and absorbed those nuances and understand the context of things. It's the same thing with big band drumming. You have to know, how did Joe Jones, how did, Harold Jones, Butch Miles, how did they play these songs? And they're written for a lot of those brass figures to be kicked and set up. So a little different deal. Anyway, I thank you for coming along on the ride along, and glitches and warts and all. It was fun. And let's do it again. Maybe I'll bring up some other chart or tune. I do have some other gigs. I've got one coming up that totally kicked my butt. I had a rehearsal for it already, and got another rehearsal coming up next week. And it's a small group, but it's original music, and it's pretty tough. And we got a gig at the end of May for that. And so maybe I'll demonstrate playing along with one of those tunes. That is, it's great to be pushed. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys again. Take care.